Contest master, fellow Toastmasters, and our welcome guests. This is not a Toastmasters contest. This is an opportunity. I'm not a speaker. I'm a messenger. And this is not a speech. This is a warning and a plea. I love to give advice. Friends, family, complete strangers, whenever the situation feels appropriate. But my advice isn't always welcomed. There was one situation where I proceeded to tell a complete stranger how best to spend his time. And he lashed back at me. "Who do you think you are? What do you know?" I said nothing. I know absolutely nothing. In fact, I'm an expert of nothing. When you saw a stranger that you felt compelled to talk to, you said nothing. When you saw someone being victimized and felt so strongly to do something, you did nothing. And yet the worst thing you can do in any situation is nothing. I know that nothing keeps you up at night more than the sound of your conscience pleading and begging you for a new and better tomorrow. I know nothing feels worse than feeling dead inside when you know you still carry a pulse. I know that nothing feels better than doing what you love in the company of those you love. And I know that nothing scares you more than having nothing. Being nothing, becoming nothing. And yet we are choosing nothing at an alarming rate and expense. Billions of dollars a year spent on antidepressants and painkillers so that we can feel nothing. We run up expensive cell phone bills month by month from lengthy conversations that consist of talking about nothing. We shop at one massive store to keep from shopping from several smaller stores so we can have more time to do nothing. We speed down the highway at death-defying speeds so that we can get home, plop down on the couch, and start our long night of nothing. People who can't walk fantasize about dancing. People who can't see fantasize about painting beautiful works of art or traveling to see all the world's wonder. People who can't hear fantasize about listening to beautiful music or hearing meaningful words. But do you know what people who can walk, can see, can hear, do you know what they fantasize about doing? Nothing. It has become a staple of our American culture to get to a point in your life as early, as young, and as wealthy as possible so you can spend the rest of your years doing nothing. The people who don't do nothing are worse than liars, thieves, and murderers. You see, because when someone lies, it causes us to seek out the truth. And when someone steals from us, it gives us a renewed sense of value. Because we're left thinking, thank God I still have my life. And when someone we care for dearly is killed, it wakes us up to what mortality truly is. How fragile, how precious our time here is. But the people who do nothing pose the greatest injustice to society. Do you know the difference between a 60-year-old man diagnosed with terminal cancer and a 23-year-old triathlon athlete? Nothing. They could both die any moment. More disturbing is the suicide rate. For every 2 people that are killed by someone else, 3 people have chosen to kill themselves. That's right, there are more suicides than homicides. Those are just the people who succeeded. And suicide and depression are the highest in the most developed countries. Do you know what that means? That means that people who literally have everything are the most likely to feel as though they have nothing and nothing left to lose. Perhaps because most people die for the same reasons they lived. For nothing. And I ask, how long? How long can we continue to do nothing before there is nothing? How long can we continue to strive for nothing? before we become nothing. You see, the key is, nothing can work so beautifully if you just know how to use it. If you claim to be nothing, within that moment you are allowing the possibility to be anything, anyone. If you claim to know nothing, then you remain an empty vessel for all of the world's knowledge and wisdom. There are 32 days in the year that the average person celebrates, anticipates, and actively participates in. 32. But what happens to the 333 days in the year? Nothing. I won't presume to know how you spent last week. I won't presume to know how you spent last night. I came here tonight to help impact the way you spend tomorrow. Realize that you are not the sum of your yesterdays. You are the living potential of your tomorrows. Whatever you weren't willing to do, thought you couldn't do, is all in yesterday, and you only bring it into tomorrow if you want to. But it's already weakened you enough by carrying it. When I look out, I don't see 42 people. I see thousands. I see your friends, your family members, your neighbors, your coworkers. Everyone who will notice a dramatic change in you tomorrow because of what you heard tonight. And when they ask you, what did it take? What did it take for you to be this way? For you to live this way? You go ahead and you tell them